Okay, welcome back. Here's what we're doing today. So the situation is we're on a 7-acre piece of property. It's got a house on it that's not inhabitable, but we kind of are going to caretake the property for the owners because when it's vacant, kids break into the house and vandalize and write graffiti.
Oh shit. What the fuck is up?
Oh,
So we've been staying here and everything's been fine. Our drinking water hose grew a bacteria inside of it, and it was a red bacteria. So that manifested inside our kitchen sink and bathroom sink as red tinted or pink tinted water, and it stank. We replaced the hose and tossed the old one just about 6 weeks ago. Now it's starting to happen again, and it's because the sun beats down on the hose, and we add sunlight to water, and what do you get? Life. So what we're going to do now is replace the hose again. I got new hoses coming in for drinking water safe, and I've also got some PVC split pipe, and what I'm going to do is put the hose inside the PVC split pipe. So the hoses go across asphalt. Ideally, the drinking water should be buried under the ground, but we can't do that because of the asphalt driveway. So what we're going to do is cover it with stuff like this foam stuff. So the new hose will go in the foamy, and the foamy will go in the split PVC. And between the two, ooh, that's going to be tight. Between the two, that'll keep the sun off of the new drinking water hose, and we should be okay. So let's get this done. Okay, I've uncoiled the PVC split hose and the brand new drinking water hose, and I'm about getting ready here to get that to go to work for me. Now, some of you might wonder, why don't you just put it in the foamy and be done with it? And it's because deer, squirrel, jackrabbits, coyotes, I don't know what, they enjoy pecking and eating at this stuff. Now, this is covering my cable TV and an electrical outlet that I have going off to the camper. So that tells me that the foam alone is not enough. Foam alone. That's where the yellow PVC comes in handy. And I ended up getting yellow. I wanted white so that it didn't heat up with the sun. They don't have it in white, and yellow is second best to white in order to not absorb heat. The foam insulators come with a split down the middle. You just open it up to get whatever it is you want in there. Okay, getting the hose in the foam, not too hard. What I'm concerned about is getting the foam in the yellow PVC liner. Let's see how that works out. Slow going at first, but eventually you develop a system, some momentum, and it goes good. Frickin' flies. Gnats. I wish I had a bee suit. Totally wear a bee suit. I'm not getting stung or bit, but it's just really annoying. Trying to get work done. My eyes and ears get buzzed. All right, this is going to be a good stopping point here. The missus has dinner ready. Here's the first 50 feet, and I'll pick this up in the morning. I have a flow meter on our faucet because we had an astronomical water bill. A new tenant had just moved in to help us watch the property. It was my suspicion that they were using ungodly water. This was going to tell me whether that was true or not. Turned out there was a water leak. So it wasn't the tenant at all. All right, straighten this out. Well, hi guys. How you doing? All right. Some deer come to join me. So cutting these to length should be pretty easy. I don't have the best tools. For the foam, I would use a hot knife, which I have, but not here. And for the PVC, I would use a hacksaw, which I also have, but not here. So I'm gonna have to use this wood saw for both. Easy. Easy, even with the funky tool. Easy. All right, so tuck this back in. And should go to right about there. What I'm going to do now is take out the existing water hose. So that would be the gray one here. So just to let you know what everything is here, this is a cable and an accessory electric wire. The brown tube is flush for when I flush the black and gray tanks, and this light brown rust color goes off to the septic. So that's dumping the black tank into a septic. That's what all that is. Okay. The connection that I want to be permanent, I'm going to use Teflon tape. Can't be having it leak. Not good. This repetitive motion of prying the PVC apart did a number on my fingers yesterday. If I had gloves, thin ones, not big old thick garden gloves, but which I have. But if I had thin ones, like when I do auto repair, I'd be wearing them right now. I have that here. That's the problem with two homesteads. You always need something that's at the other place. Always. Let's tuck it in and do some tucking. You mother tucker. As far as this particular home goes, all of that will be in the shade always. So I think we've got it all the way back to the hose spigot at the house. I need 8 feet for the connection to the rig section, the connection section. Plug into the rig. Number 1, Teflon tape. Okay. There we go. Now, one bummer is that this won't close now. Oh well. It's way more important to keep the sun off my water hose. My queen, I'm going to turn the hose back on. Okay. So I'm going to leave a faucet going here. And don't be surprised if it sputters. Okay. One thing that does happen with these cable routers is they come apart when cars hit them with, too much force in a certain direction. So, it just seems like I'm always out here putting them back. No leak. That's what I'm after. No leak. Okay, it is time for a little bit of a follow-up. It's been 90 days since we put the hose on. 2 solid months of 80 and 90 degree weather, so it's definitely had the sun blasting on it. One thing we did do is we shored up the connection. We shored up the connection at the spigot so that there wasn't any exposed section. Just the weight of the plastic itself was dragging it down. And we fixed that with a little bit of a tying. We tied it. So that's secure. So I'm confident that this worked. After 2 months of the sun beating on the hose at the end of summer, we still haven't had the problem return. We've got this side shored up against the rig so the sun won't beat on that part of the hose. So the 2 loose ends are now secure. And that wraps up another episode of Finding Liberty. Click subscribe to find out what we're up to next. We'll see you then.